somebody asked me this class, the other class. What about mixed numbers? That wasn't your class?
No, I don't think so.
Under fractions, subheading, mixed number multiplication slash division. You could probably say exactly what I'm going to say to do here. Anybody? Anytime you have mixed numbers and you're multiplying and dividing them together, Kate, you have to? No, that's adding and subtracting. Yep, make them proper. It's the same exact thing as what we did yesterday with just regular fractions, except your first step, number one thing you have to do is just make them proper. Okay, so let's say you have 1 and 1/2 times 4 and 1/3. By the way, I still have 8th graders who do this, even though I've preached to them for years and years. You don't just multiply the 2, 1 and the 4 together and get 4, and you don't multiply the 1/2 to the 1/3 and get, say, your answer is 4 and 1/6. You can't do it that way. It doesn't work that way. You must make them proper first. Remember making them proper? 1 times 2 plus 1. Multiply by the bottom, add to the top. This is 3/2. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 1 is 13 thirds. And this is multiplying. You don't flip when you multiply, you just do it the way it is. What do I get when I do that? Wait, did we cross cancel before? I would suggest that since you know how to do it, you would also do it this year, which means if you can reduce before you multiply, do it, it'll just make your life easier. That means if you see a bottom and the top that can be divided by the same number, 3 goes into 3 once, 3 goes into 3 once, you end up with 1 times 13 and 2 times 1. So you end up with 6 and 1/2. Far cry from the 4 and 1/6 you would have got had you just done the goofy thing there. Are you picking up what I'm laying down there? Let's do a division one. What if it is 1 and 1/5 divided by 2 1/2? Please, 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 as much as you might want to, try not to do too many steps all at once. Like some of you would change it to improper and flip all in the same fatal swoop. Just saying you're just leaving yourself out to make a mistake. 1 times 5 plus 1. This is 6/5 divided by 2 times 2 is 4 plus 1, 5/2. Remember, you can't cross cancel till you flip and multiply. I can't cross these 5s out because I'm not at multiplying yet. I have to take 6/5 times 2/5. And nothing cross cancels there. You just end up with 12 over 25. Should make some sense? Is that okay? What? Did I say something wrong? Don't forget dots mean to multiply. You know, if the problem was 1/3 times 5 and 1/6, that's just multiplication. 1/3 times 19/6. Ooh, look at that. That's a good one. Way to make that one up. 19 over 18. 118. Anybody find issues, have problems? Not like that thing there. Have we done adding and subtracting fractions yet? No.
I don't think we did a little bit last year.
Did we do it last week? I don't remember. You would have thought we had done it already. Aiden?
Why is there so many different ways to show multiplication?
Well, mostly for the original reason why is because when you get to algebra, the multiplication sign can too easily be confused for an x. You know, if you're saying 3xy, you know, somebody would say, well, that means 3 times y, but it isn't. It's 3 times x times y. So they kind of had to get rid of the multiplication x. So then they just said, well, you know, you can put it like that, or you can do it 3 times x. I don't know. You'd have to ask Mr. What's his name? Mr. Math guy, because I have no idea. All right, then we shall stop with that.